So hello everyone. Today we'll discuss. We have previously discussed few questions on methods in biology. So we have already discussed two lessons are there. Now, now we'll discuss the third part of the discussion for previous year question of Unit 13, methods in biology. So we have already discussed. If you want to look at, you can see the previous video. So now we'll start from here. So one of the following microscope would be used to visualize a protein fuse tube. Now in case of our fuse protein visualization, now you can use the scanning electron microscopy, same actually used for surface scanning. Surface scanning for three-dimensional image can be generated by scanning electron microscopy, right? In case of differential interference contrast microscopy, it is a modified of phase contrast microscopy. Differential DIC or differential interference contrast microscopy is the modification of phase contrast microscopy. Phase contrast microscopy used for living cell visualization. So we can use fluorescence microscopy. Fluorescence microscopy actually used for the visualization of protein and protein fused protein can be used by fluorescence microscopy. Used some simultaneously some use of fluorescent tag or fluorescent probe can be, and for fluorescent based antibody can be used and can visualize in fluorescence microscope. So answer is option 1. Now we'll come into the next question. Now in case of here, to achieve a best resolution using a fluorescence microscope, what combination of wavelength of emitted lambda, refractive index and angle theta, which of the following best microscope resolution? Achha, now we know that formula, limit of resolution r equal to 0.61 lambda by Na, right? Na, or numerical aperture Na equal to 0.61 lambda by n sine alpha or sine theta, right? In sine theta. Now here it's here option first is higher the value of r, there is a resolving power is less. So limit of resolution high means resolving power is less. So we have to find out in which option have a less value of r. So and now you can put the data. Now first is if the lambda, light, in case of if you put lambda equal to 420 and refractive index n equal to 1.51, we are putting this data. Now 2 theta equal to here 180 degree, so theta equal to 90, right? So if we put here 0.61 lambda is the 420 by n is the 1.51 into 2 theta into sine theta, so sine theta. Now sine theta here sine 90 equal to 1, so 0.61 into 402, 0.61 into 420 by 1.51, its value will come, it will come almost near about 1.169.66, right? Now here you can see that option 4, if you put this is for option 4, 0.61 lambda 420 by 1.51 into sine here also 2 theta, so sine 90, so 0.61 405, here will be 405, oh, it will be 405, so 0.61 into 405 by 1.51, it will come 163.6 0.60. So if you calculate, you can also calculate this one also, it will come sine 45, right? Theta equal to sine 45. Now in that way you can get that the lowest value will be come up. It's in case of option 4, it is 163.60. so we know that lower the value of r, highest resolving power, or limit of resolution, inversely proportional, limit of resolution is inversely proportional to 1 by resolving power. So answer will be option 4. Now next question. Diagnosis of influenza virus infection can be done using some of the following technique. Now we know that influenza is a RNA virus, right? Now in case of RNA, we know that we use southern blotting for DNA analysis, western blotting for protein. Now northern blotting for RNA, we can use northern blotting for RNA, and western blotting, ELISA is the antibody based, we can detect the serum antibody antigen level by ELISA method, serum, and RT-PCR. RT-PCR is the reverse transcripted PCR and the real-time PCR, right? Real-time PCR can be analyzed. So PCR and electron microscopy cannot be possible for influenza diagnosis of influenza virus infection. So influenza virus infection can be diagnosed by B, that is northern blotting can be possible as it is a RNA genome. So northern and western blotting and ELISA and RT-PCR. Can be possible, right? In case of we have made a video on RT-PCR. You can see that how RT-PCR can work. In case of here also coronavirus detection, it is also an RNA genome. Coronavirus genome also RNA genome, and can be detected by northern blotting and also and also by ELISA and RT-PCR method. So option C is the correct answer. Now next question. If a metabolically active cells is challenged with Fe55 radioisotope level, which one of the following proteins cannot be detected by autoradiography? Now it is a metabolically active cells, right? Now you have radioisotope given, iron radioisotope given. So those are iron required for their function, or iron as a component, and or iron as a cofactor. They are actually involved in shows the radioactivity by labeling with the Fe55. So aconitis and lipoic acid both contain iron. Cytochrome C and DNA primase also can be detected by Fe55 labeling. Myoglobin and homoaconitis can also be detected by Fe55, but calmodulin, it's a calcium dependent protein. It's a calcium dependent or calmodulin, calcium. So calcium here involved. So here if you radioactive level Fe55, it will not be able to detect the calmodulin and calcineurin, right? So answer is option 3. Now next question. In case of from the above statement, colored images can be obtained by transmission electron microscopy by fluorescently label the specimen. Which of the following, what you have to do? We choose the combination with 2 correct and 1 incorrect statement. Right? Now Colored image can be obtained by transmission electron microscopy by fluorescently label the specimen. Electron microscopy we cannot, if you colored image you never be obtained by transmission electron microscopy. Another is that microscopy by fluorescently level. In case of have fluorescence level, it's for fluorescence microscopy, so option A is wrong. Now see that option B, scanning electron microscopy require sectioning of the sample. Yes. Confocal microscopy use optical method to obtain images from a specific focal plane, excluded light from the other plane, right? This also correct. Differential interference contrast microscopy relies on interference between polarized light due to differences in the refractive index of the object and surrounding medium. Yes, this also correct. DIC actually involved in terms of the modified phase contrast microscopy. And in case of the background on the image, there is a mirror. Mirror is used for polarize for polarization, right? Differential interference microscopy relies on interference between polarized light due to differences in the refractive index of the object and the surrounding. These are correct. Now visualization of epifluorescence microscopy requires staining by heavy metals. Now here is the, you can see that the option 3 is the A is the wrong, C and D is the correct, so option 3 is the correct answer. Now next question. In case of combination of markers with the classifier based on either dominant or co-dominant marker, we know that RFLP and SSR are co-dominant marker, AFLP and RAPD are dominant marker. So answer is option A and D. So now what do you mean by co-dominant marker? Co-dominant marker, suppose as in case of co-dominant marker, suppose these are P1 parent, P1 P2 line, and these are F1. Now these are for, now here you can see that band, from here band, this is a band, and this contain two bands, equal area. This should not be. So these are actually represent the co-dominant marker. These are actually co-dominant marker, capital A small a. These are small a condition, and these are capital A. This should be here also, parallelly here band, right? And this band should be parallel with this. Now these are capital A, capital A. Now these are actually, these are co-dominant marker. This is an example of co-dominant marker. Co-dominant marker, here you can know easily the heterozygous and homozygous. You can differentiate between heterozygous and homozygous clearly by the co-dominant marker, whereas the dominant marker do not. In case of dominant marker, you don't able to differentiate co-dominant, and in case of dominant marker you cannot differentiate between heterozygous and homozygous easily, right? In case of, if you see that in case of this are in case of dominant marker, the band will be P1 P2 F1. In case of dominant marker, you will get one band here and here, so you will not be able to differentiate between this. Also capital B, capital B, these are small b, and these are capital B, small b, so you cannot differentiate between heterozygous and homozygous. You are getting equal level band. These are actually dominant marker, right? Now you can see that the co-dominant marker, so dominant marker, so RFLP and SSR. RFLP are the amount of DNA required high, low, and it's a co-dominant marker. RAPD dominant marker, SSR or STS co-dominant marker. And in another is that PCR also involvement. RFLP PCR method is not required in case of RFLP, but RAPD and STS or STR or SSR PCR is required. Now locus specific, yes, as a no. In case of reproducibly, high to very high, low to medium, medium to high. Types of probes or primer: low copy genomic or cDNA clone, usually 10 base pair or random nucleotide, and specific repeat DNA sequence. So you only know that it's a RFLP is a code on